What's up, guys? This is the Wheelchair Bodybuilding Podcast. Today we got Chad and now five-time Mr. Olympia Harold, right?
Yeah, we got five-time Mr.
Five-time. Awesome.
Wheelchair, Mr. Olympia on here today.
Yeah. Me and Chad both participated in the Olympia as well 2 weeks ago, but
Yep,
Harold
yep,
won his fifth Olympia, and
yep.
we're here to talk about everything that went down that weekend.
A lot to talk about. Like you said, a lot to talk about.
Yep.
Yep.
What do you guys want to start with?
Uh, y'all can pull it up. You know me, I go along with the flow of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well, me and Chad were just talking. Just shout out to Brandon Curry because he was really cool. We were doing the Meet the Olympians thing, and Brandon was sitting right behind us, and he just came over and was shooting the shit with us for a while. You know, he was one of the cooler guys, and cool to see somebody who won the Olympia not long ago, but he represents the sport really well. He's really good with his fans and stuff. You know.
Yeah, Brandon is an awesome guy to represent that position to the fullest, man. And if you have more guys like him, we'll quickly end the stigmatization that bodybuilders are assholes. But matter of fact, the crazy part about it, I talked to his dad. I talked to Brandon's dad going to the elevator one day. When we was doing something, and me and my wife walked up, and he said, he said congratulations to me. And I said, thank you, sir. And he said, I'm Brandon's dad. I was like, oh wow. I see he's humble. He's a humble guy, well-kept guy, man. So I can see where he get, his respect from. And like I said, we need a lot more guys, a lot more humble guys in those key positions to take this sport to where it need to be taken back on main screen and back on, regular TV where it used to be.
Wow. I know when he came and sat down over there, and I know he doesn't remember, but when he won the Arnold, I rolled up to the stage, and he bent down and he shook my hand. I showed him that picture. And I told him, I said, man, I remember when you won your first Sandow, he had took the trophy to his son's football practice. I guess y'all saw that on social media, didn't you?
Yeah, yeah.
He said, man, I toted that trophy around in my truck for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was he just came over there and sat down and started shooting shit,
Yeah,
like,
Brandon's that type guy, man. And, like I said, man, well-deserved ambassador for the Olympia. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But so now you guys read that article. It was Evolution of Bodybuilding. I just read that. I think yesterday is when it started getting passed around. For those that don't know, there was a handful of negative things at the Olympia. I think we all kind of experienced it differently, but there was an article written about, negative experience from the wheelchair division at the Olympia. They brought up a handful of points in the article. So did both of you read it?
I did.
Yeah, I read it.
And what was your thoughts on it?
Go ahead, Harold.
Well, they had some good points in it. And the points that they had, there was all truths. Don't get me wrong, a lot of truths in it. The only thing I didn't like about I ain't gonna say the article. Only thing I like about a media group, if you're gonna expose us all the way around. Just don't expose the negative of soon as you got something that's gonna up your views and it can traction for views and response. Don't do that. Don't use us as guinea pigs to get your views up. So when I look on the site, the evolution of bodybuilding, so I scroll down the rest of it. I don't see not one picture of the winner of the wheelchair class. I don't see us posing on the wheelchair on the wheelchair site on that site as a wheelchair group. I don't see the Arnold wheelchair class on that thing. He'll have no other article in all the pics on his entire site. Good stuff talking about wheelchair, but you got pictures of everybody else, but you got no pictures of the winner of the wheelchair class, or even the top 5 of the wheelchair class, or anybody from the wheelchair class on your site, except for this news that that's it. Just creating traction for your station. That's what I don't like.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that 110%.
Yeah, don't use us to get your views up just because it's news and it's something that you put up there. Oh, the wheelchair class was how could I, what his words he used? What was the article? The words that we used?
Well, I'm trying to remember the points that they brought up, and after
No,
I
but what
read
was
the
the title?
article,
The title. What did the title say?
Something about discouragement among wheelchair bodybuilders or something to that
like
effect.
yeah, like negative
It was,
experience of the wheelchair class at the Olympia, something like that. Yeah.
yeah, but when you see that, it just said, okay, yeah, everybody had discouragement. Everybody did. The open class meeting, they had to wait till 1 or 2 o'clock to go on stage. Yeah, where's that article?
Mm-hmm.
Not there, because it's gonna be, I felt that we were puppeted in using that in puppeted us in that article, made us look like, oh, the whole wheelchair class is was arguing or say we was totally dissatisfied with being at the Olympia. And there's nothing satisfying saying that we did appreciate being there. So now the organizers are going to see this big article like, okay, let's reconsider having them there. Still, again, you just got to understand what position you put yourself in as a class when you're talking to certain editorial or people, the media or social media people who just want to do the article on you. You got to think about the reflection of what you're saying and what kind of reflection is going to be on your class. I mean, there's many things I want to say, but I know it may be detrimental to my class, so I don't say it. Now, can we talk about it amongst the people who we need to talk to about it and make a change? Yeah, that's who you bring it to. But everyone see it different. That is how I see it, bro.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot that like you said, Harold, that I would love to say, but I'm not going to go on social media and do that because, number one, all the things that we have talked about are true. The exposure we get is a joke.
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
I'll be dead honest with you, man. If I'm going to look up to another bodybuilder, it's people in our class, like you and Gabe and all of us. Do I got a lot of respect for C-Bomb, and do I have a lot of respect for Hunter Labrada and Big Ram? Of course I do. But let's be fucking honest. Bodybuilding is hard enough. And then you're taking some crippled dudes that are going in the gym and making this shit happen, and we don't even get acknowledged. I mean, what's that all about?
Yeah, no, man. That's the part that need to be reconsidered. Outside of making a conclusion to whereas it being it about money and who bringing the numbers through the door. The reality is I know why they kind of push us to the side, and that's the reality of it. But if you say that we're inspirational, money is out of the picture. Ticket sales is out of the picture. When you said that inspiration doesn't calculate numbers. Bar none, people who get it done and know it's not an option with us. So numbers is not even a part of the fraction when you say let's have this group to participate and put them at a good position in this whole thing right here. It's not about who's driving the numbers through the door no more. That's not what it's about. Yeah, we're not driving the numbers through the door. But if you see our class and what we do and what we represent and how we do what we do, therefore that's not even part of the equation when you're trying to calculate what you need to do and what kind of time you need to give us and what kind of attention you need to have towards us.
Well, it's not like I'm upset because we're not getting any attention. It's not like that. it's why are we not getting equal recognition? That's the point I'm trying to make. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Right.
And you would think it would, but it's like Tyler said we all experienced it different, and that's true. Personally, for me, I felt like they just wanted us to get up there and get off of their stage and get the hell out of the way. That's how I felt. Like
Wow.
there wasn't
Wow.
anybody even sitting out in the chairs.
Yeah. We noticed that.
Like
Well,
what
so
the
now that goes into a couple things, though, right? That goes into there was what 3 or 4 divisions that had over 60 people in it,
Yeah.
right? So then we were 3 hours behind schedule compared to
Yeah.
what was the projected time, right? So by the time the wheelchair class got on stage, which we were the last division, all the people in the crowd didn't want to be there anymore. They'd been there all day, right?
Right.
And we were 3 hours late. So I like the conversations that we were having in our group chat where can we ask the IFBB or the Olympia, can you put our division on first? Can you use this as like the warm up of the day, like the warm up band kind of thing? We only take an hour. There's
right?
12 or less of us usually every year.
Right.
So, right. So like
It's
make
not
us first
right.
instead of making us last, you know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
on the rule thing, just so I'm being clear, are they saying if you didn't get top 5, you have to win a pro show to even do the Olympia?
No, that's not for our class. That doesn't apply to us, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I was going to say, because that's going to kill our numbers if that's the case.
No, none of that applied to us. Our rules don't change.
Okay.
As far as I know, our rules don't change. I don't 100% know that from Nick yet, but that's my understanding is our qualifications won't change.
Yeah, because we're so few in numbers to begin with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't.
They're making those changes because of how many people is in each of those big classes that they had already.
Yeah, like
And I like
Um,
that.
60,
I think they
70
should change that.
people.
yeah, they need to do something because they know there's way too many entries for almost every class. But they want more people. They want a bigger group of people that's going to be there to bring more people into the door. And again, this is business.
But then it
Sad to
made
say,
it
it's a
impractical to
business.
run it, though. It made it
Right,
impractical to run it, right?
very impractical. But
Yeah.
they was unprepared for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, one of the other things I thought was kind of crappy is that we didn't get to go to the main event. We didn't get a +1.
Yeah.
I thought that was crappy.
I think a lot of things got mishandled because again, you got new ownership. You got it back to a new location which they not used to being. Oh, nothing was standard about this. Everything was like brand new test run, first time ran through.
Yeah.
That's another thing too. They never experienced it. They never done it this way at this location at this time at this amount of people all at one time. So yeah, they got slapped. They was getting slapped around. The organizations were getting slapped around all day long because they was lost. They was lost, and so you're gonna have a discomfort that's gonna be trickled down because they don't even know what they're. They don't even know where they're at. How the hell are they gonna treat us good when they don't even know how to handle it good?
True.
When I guarantee when y'all did the Arnold, when we did Arnold years ago before Corona hit, it was so precise how everything ran because they don't ran it 1,000 times the same way. And you can count the minute certain things start and stop and everything because it's precise. Whereas right here, you talking about new venue, new group, new ownership, masses of overload of what you expected to show up, and they just lost, bro. So it's like you gotta kind of like okay, then in reality, everybody been running around with their head chopped off because none of this stuff been preset because this is the first run for everything. This was the first run for everybody.
Yeah. Didn't I read somewhere too where it's up for sale, the Mr. Olympia is?
I've
I don't
heard
know
of
if it's,
that.
he just bought it. He just bought it 3 years ago. I don't know
Yeah.
if it's up for sale. Jake just bought it a few years ago. It was up for sale, but Jake bought it a few years ago. There's some
Yeah.
rumors still circulating, but I don't know.
But to go back to the article, though, I only read it once through, but I remember, like, for me, this is where I want to hear everybody's opinion. For me, I didn't fully agree with the article. I agree, like, I'm unhappy. All of us are a bit unhappy with stuff that happened at the Olympia. But when I read through the article, I'm like, that's not really the stuff that I was unhappy about. You know, I was more unhappy with the timing because, like, there was way too many people. There was way too many competitors, which led to us being 3 hours behind schedule, which pushed our division back. By the time our division was on stage, nobody wanted to be sitting in the crowd anymore. We hardly had anybody watching. So, like, that's more what I was upset about. One of the things they brought up in the article that I wanted to ask you guys about, they were saying how there was no bathrooms for us backstage.
Somebody in the wheelchair class brought that up. You may not have brought it up, but someone did. I don't know who did, but someone in the wheelchair class was complaining about that.
So what I heard though,
you know exactly who it was, right?
with me, I'm able to use my legs. I was able to walk up the little bit of stairs that they had, use the little porta potties basically that they had for us. I know not everyone in our division can do that though. I heard Nick say that there was a bathroom not far from the backstage area though. Did anybody check out that bathroom and see that it was good?
No, I mean, I had my water so manipulated I didn't have to go. So
I went to what bathroom did I go to? I went to a bathroom. I can't remember which one I went to,
but it wasn't far from the backstage though.
It was evidently it wasn't. I don't. It may not have been. Was it? You had to go from the backstage to the side, I think. Oh yeah. You had to go back halfway back up to the back side of where the chairs was at to the left. That's where I went to. There was a bathroom. So it wasn't far, right? No, it wasn't a bathroom backstage. It wasn't. I remember now. It was not a bathroom backstage, but it was one not far. But you did have to leave the backstage to get to a bathroom.
And that's where, to me, I mean, give me your guys' opinion, but to me, that's not a big deal. If the bathroom isn't far from the backstage, then who cares?
And again, that's about a new venue. That's a new venue that they picked up that a bathroom that wasn't accessible to wheelchair. But only thing it say was, okay, y'all guys have to go to this bathroom right over here because this is the closest to the backstage that we just set up. And that's just a new venue, man. Every venue is not going to fit everybody person. Hands down. And then the Olympia was terrible. You think backstage where we was at was terrible. When you have gone, I was at backstage of the Olympia. That was terrible. That was the dog. I'm telling you. Okay, so y'all remember the backstage? Y'all remember the backstage ramp? And then the weights was right there. And then the girls, we had to wait for the girls, and the girls was like standing where the mirrors was at. You know the mirrors, where the mirror and the carpet was right there?
Yeah.
Y'all remember that, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So at the actual Olympia, when I went backstage, bro, the imagine the weights were on where the carpet is at. And that right there where the carpet was at, back, like right there where the carpet is at, meet the weights. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
That was the wall. On the backstage of the actual Olympia, where the carpet was at, that was the wall. So the weights was literally on the carpet to the back of the stage. It was horrible at the actual Olympia. No, you think we had a nice room over there compared to the actual Olympia.
Well, so that was my thought when I read the article, is like, I'd have to read it again, but the way it was phrased, it sounded like they were saying there was no bathrooms for us anywhere near the backstage area, and we were forced to go pee in the corner.
Yeah, I heard that. Yep.
Right, and I'm like, that's really exaggerating the hell out of it.
Someone actually did that, and they talked about it.
Well, no, but if someone chooses to go pee in the corner, that's their decision.
Choice, right?
They could have gone to the damn bathroom, right?
Right, but again, you got who they talking to,
right? I mean, that was my interpretation. Is like one or two people chose to pee in the corner, but that they chose to do that. They could have went and found the bathroom, which wasn't far from the backstage area. correct?
It wasn't. It wasn't. But that's not what the
Exactly.
article say. But that, again, back to what I was saying, man. People got to realize what kind of audience you're giving these mics and what kind of conversation you're having when you're talking to media. Media gonna twist that in all kinds of ways. And
Yeah,
who it's
it
going to
seemed
reflect?
twisted to me.
It's going to reflect us.
It came off kind of twisted to me. Yeah, exactly.
Like I said, it wasn't a problem for me because I had cut my water so far back, I didn't have to pee at all.
But someone made a comment to him, and they literally said it just like you just said. They said it just like that. So,
yeah.
I think it took me like 2 days to get back hydrated.
are you all right? Me too. I kept being thirsty.
Oh, I know it.
I was like, I'm still thirsty. I'm still hungry.
Right.
I would eat, but I was still hungry.
Yeah. Well, a lot of times when your body's dehydrated, you'll get a hunger feeling, and it's your body's way of trying to get moisture.
But so now, next thing that caused a whole bunch of stir in our division, right? We can talk about all the different opinions on this, but we went out on stage. We were at the very end. It took forever. You know, we were 3 hours late. We went up there. We did our music routines first, and then the judges chose the first call out and the second call out just based off the music routines. They didn't do comparisons. And that's where a lot of us feel like slighted, right? You didn't compare us. You kind of rushed it along, right?
That's what I heard. That's what I heard a lot of people complaining about.
Right. So they did. They did the music routines. Based off that alone, they picked the first and second call out. We went and did that. Blah, blah, blah. We finished up. Brad was upset that we did skip the back lap pose, and we did skip the quarter turns. Right. So it didn't rushed along in that way, right?
Right. Yeah. That's what he said. The second call out didn't get all of the positions called. I had to look at it again. I didn't look at it myself.
So in the first call out, did you guys do the back lat spread?
Nope.
You remember?
No, I didn't.
I know in the second call out, I know we didn't, but I wasn't paying attention to the first call out. So
I wasn't either.
No, I don't think they made first or second group do rear lat spread.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I just felt like we were rushed. I mean, we just didn't get transitioned from one pose to the next, and they were just already calling the next pose.
Right. But so then the next thing that got debatable was Woody's placing. All right. So for those that haven't seen it, we don't have the video up yet. I hope we post the video soon. But for those that don't know, Woody Belfort is his name. He goes out and he does a whole bunch of really cool tricks, which he's amazing at, right? And he takes his wheels off and does all kinds of cool, like acrobatic type of tricks, right? Really, really good at it. But he goes and does that. But he is one of the smaller guys in the lineup. And then that's what Brad and a handful of us got upset about was his placing. He ended up placing 6th.
I disagreed with that too. I'm not saying I disagreed with his act. I mean, look at Kai Green. You know, he did the same thing sort of, and everybody was frowning on him, but the people loved it. You know, I mean, it's your 60 seconds, your 3 minutes, whatever the hell it is you want to do what you want to do. So I got no bones about that. But in terms of him placing 6th, I didn't feel that was fair. No. But that's just my opinion.
I didn't look at the comparison too much. I know he's leaner than a lot of people. A lot of guys that for some reason I don't know. A lot of guys, I'm saying this 80% of the guys. I see they post a week out, it look phenomenal.
Yep.
Day of the show, you do not look like that.
Exactly.
What you done did or what done happened, but all of a sudden you puffy. And if this man is leaner and you puffy, the judge is going to give credit to leanness more than puffiness.
Every time.
Down. Every time. I don't care how small it is, but if he's leaner than you and you don't help retain some water some kind of way, that you looking great a week out, that ain't got nothing to do with what you look at that day on stage. And for some reason, a lot of guys in the wheelchair class, I see them weeks out, they look great. Day of the show, I don't know what the hell you just did.
Right.
Please don't do that again.
I see that.
And I see it. I correlate. And it got me like, okay. Yeah. And then they get mad because I see, you know, like I said, I didn't see the comparisons around with Woody. I'm gonna go back and look at it. But I almost guarantee without even look at it, Woody was leaner than a lot of people that felt they had more muscle, but they just look puffier. I mean, hands down. I'm gonna go back and look at the sale. I'm gonna go back and look at the tape. And next time we talk, I'm screenshot some stuff and I'm gonna look at it and see if I'm wrong. But the same thing that when we was at the Arnold, when Gabe had beat me, I look at my pictures, I said, okay, I see what it is. I wasn't lean enough. I mean, Gabe was leaner than me. I had more muscle. Gabe was leaner than me. He beat me. Okay. I ain't got, and that's the thing I got to say about it right there. I'm glad I brought it down the road. Everybody who ever complained that someone was ahead of them, you need to look at yourself. If someone beat you, you need to look at yourself. That's the only person you need to look at. You don't need to look at nobody else but yourself. When you look at yourself, I guarantee you find the answer. Guarantee you. You find the answer.
Yeah.
When you look at yourself, when you're looking at everybody else and why he did this and why he did that, don't look at nobody else. Look at yourself. Put your pictures up and look at it. If I had a friend of mine, a guy that I knew, he was men physique. He was kind of me. He did a show 3 years ago. And this show, he just did it. And he came in 5th place by default because he was 6th. The one guy didn't come back because he felt that he didn't want to go play. So at that night show, he came back and he got 5th. So he was like, this and the judges got something in their eye, this, that, and other. So anyway, after they calmed down, he came in and showed me the picture. He said, well, I see what's happening. And he showed me his picture 3 years ago and showed me a picture now. I said, well, what's the difference? I said, which one you look better at? The one 3 years ago. I said, did you beat that guy 3 years ago? No. So why are you complaining about?
Yeah.
Why are you looking at the other guys for? Why are you comparing yourself to the other guy when you ain't even beat yourself 3 years ago? That's who you're looking at.
I'll tell you that.
Right. You know, me and you had the conversation, Chad.
Yep.
You know, I told you straight up, bro. You're doing something wrong in the last couple of weeks. You're doing something last few days. You're doing something wrong. And some people don't want to own up. They want to point the finger. They want to say this person got and that person is judge this and judge that. And we ain't got back pose. If you ain't got him beating the first 5 front poses, what makes you think you'll beat him in the back pose? What do you need back pose for? You think one back pose is gonna beat him all the 5 other front poses? I mean, like I said, the judges are judges for a reason. And they are Olympia judges. They ain't no secondhand judges. They ain't no little judge, little show judge. These are Olympia judges. They're gonna spot you a mile away. They're gonna see you come down the runway, they can already place you. Hate to say it, but yes, you can. I can do the same thing. I can look at guys and sit them back. You ain't gotta spin around. I can look at you. Okay. I see where you at. You gotta spread your arms out. You gotta put your arms up. For what? Judges can see you. So all that bickering about leaning to the back pose, judges already see you. Your routine was your back pose. Now, if you first and second, you need to see the difference between the two. Okay. But if you 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, bro, come on, bro. Why you can compare against another guy? You gonna be 8 or 9. Or 6 or 7. Come on, bro. You say Mr. Olympia. Even Mr. Olympia one day, dog, man. You ain't top 6 and shit. You from 6 to 13. That's all you is. And actually, Olympia placing after number 10, it goes from 11, the same number, all the rest of them get the same number. I hate to say it, but that's what it is.
Hey, so, I'm just glad I got in the top 10.
Exactly. But
and to further iterate your comment about, the conversation we had, Harold, you did notice, and you said something to me backstage. I brought a lot better package this time than I had before. But I listened to some of the things you told me, and that's what I did.
Right. And you saw the difference.
And
because you just worrying about you. You was
Yeah.
worrying about you. You don't worry about this guy. You was
Nope.
worrying about you.
Now, last year I got 6th place, and this year I got 9th, but I brought a better package. Then as far as I'm concerned, in my eyes, that's winning because I brought a better package. I
Right.
ain't worried about it.
And you have more guys.
Yep. And
Yeah,
You
yeah,
have more guys.
every year.
Yeah.
So our lineup is significant every year. So
I was gonna say that was a tough lineup, bro. Everybody looked good.
Yeah. Because they're about learning more and more about themselves. And they're taking it back home and making changes.
Yep.
The more you take it home to make changes instead of them talking about the judge didn't do this and the judge didn't do that. What kind of change you making when you pointing the finger at someone else? That's the last thing you need to do.
Yeah, I mean, I had no
Even
complaint.
though the reality he didn't do the back pose. Okay, that's true. But it'll take care of itself. Make comment. That's it. Go forward.
Yeah.
The next time we go up, be like, talk to the lead judge. Okay, last time we didn't do a back pose, And he may say, well, I already saw what I need to see. He may tell you, I already saw what I need to see. I don't really need a back pose. He may even tell you that. And you be like, huh? What kind of bullshit is that? he a top official Olympia judge for no reason at all. That's why you got someone who not even Olympia judges. Because they can't see it that way. And that's why Weinberger been number one lead judge since day one. And when Weinberger ran me out of the way, most people didn't understand what the hell is going on. What the hell is the judge keep doing? But when it all came out said and done, he pointed it out. The lower lats of his back was something wrong. His quad was something wrong. He's about that shit a mile away. And no media was saying nothing about that. But soon he got on stage, he saw it. Move aside, please.
Well, the thing was, he looked on point a week out. And the day on that stage, dude, he was smoothed over. Big time.
Judge saw it then.
Yep.
Judge made a decision. Move to the side. I ain't even judge him. Move him out the way. Put him down.
Get the hell out of the way.
You guys just made me think about, I forgot about this, but Anand, what happened with him?
Dude, dead
last.
Dead last, bro.
And he saw it.
For those that don't know, though, Anand took 2nd place, I believe, under you, Harold, in 2018. So, I mean, when he brings it, but he didn't bring it this time for some reason.
And the judge saw it.
Well,
move out the way.
He said he had his set of challenges, but so did we all.
Right.
So, I mean, I don't know. I didn't really talk to him much, but I'm assuming this is kind of the last time I see him.
I don't know.
I mean,
speaking of last time, Harold, are we going for 6?
Next subject.
Going for 6?
So, let me let you know a little secret. I'm considering doing the honor.
Oh yeah, okay. Really?
Quiet take. Hey, quiet. We on media. We on blog about quiet.
Well, that's in like 10 weeks now.
8 weeks.
8 weeks. Okay, that's coming up.
Yeah, I'm considering it. I talked to wifey about it. We talked about it. I can't hit the road like I want to right now because I got 3 projects I'm still working on. So if I'm gonna be home, why not? So I don't know. I'll know next week.
My next one will be Dallas. So I'm relaxing right now, but I'll do the Dallas show in June.
Yeah, that's me. I'm going to forego the Arnold. I'm gonna do the Europa.
I may do it.
So we'll see what other shows do or don't get added right over the next couple years in the other U.S. shows anyway.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Overall, though, I mean, yeah, there was some not so good experiences, but at the end of the day, as far as I'm concerned, I got to do what I love to do. I got to spend time with my guys.
Yeah.
Overall, I got no complaints. I really don't. I mean, that's why I ain't really took to social media too much. I mean, I mentioned a couple of few things, but all in all, man, I think we all should be kind of take a step back and realize that we're blessed to even be on that stage at all to begin with.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, we need to be treated better. We must be treated better. Don't get me wrong, and that's not it's still unfair. But at the same time, we are on that stage.
Exactly.
We are on that stage, so let's both work together to make it better for all of us on that stage instead of complaining what we don't have. They already know what we don't have. They know they're not doing. They know that. We and present it in a respectable manner that they will be like, okay, I understand what you say, and we're wrong. We apologize, so we'll do better next time. That's what you want them to say, and you want to bring it to the table to give them the option to say that.
That'd be huge if we could, if they could switch us to first, that'd be awesome. If we could come out first at 9 a.m. on Saturday, that'd be fantastic, right? That would solve a lot of problems.
Yeah, you get a little more exposure. People walking around already there.
Yeah,
give them time for people get on in there for the next one. Yeah, I think that'd be fair. I think that'd be fair.
We're on and off the stage in an hour anyway. We don't take long, so.
Right. We are here.
Yep. So hopefully we can maybe make that change. We'll see, but that'd be nice.
Yeah. I heard them talking about possibly being on the main stage at the Arnold.
Yeah, I heard something about that. Did you guys hear about that? Did you hear about that, Chad?
No, I haven't.
Jen was telling me about it a little, that I guess it was proposed that all you guys could be on the main stage at the Arnold. You would only do your comparisons, but that's it. No music routines. It'd be really quick. You'd only do comparisons and then get off the stage kind of thing, but it would be on the main stage. So I think it's something like that, but I heard it secondhand, so I could have some information wrong.
Yeah, it's a sacrifice. Either you just have more time on the other stage, or you have shorter time on the main stage. Which one do you really want? Yeah, and some people still say I'd rather have my routine. Some tape say it's good for the exposure without the routine. I think if we get on the mainstream with all the tickets sold, ones who bought the Arnold, they can see us at the Arnold, and I think that the amount of people that's going to be exposed to will be bigger on the mainstream than at the convention center.
I agree.
And now set the stage even bigger for the Olympia because they already know this class exists, and they probably want to watch it even more, and they're going to convey it even more. So to be able to get in more in front of more people, that's the object. So in front of more people, you're going to be exposed to more people. You don't have to do everything. You just present comparison or whatever. I mean, really, a routine is what? What is that exposing more for the division because you did a routine? Not really.
Yep. It was cool. I appreciated how much I was seeing you, Harold, at the Olympia. How when I was out walking the strip, I saw you up on the big screen, right? Like
that's exposure.
Yeah,
and I like seeing that. Right, and actually, I made a few comments, not derogatory comments, but basic comments. We would love to be on the big screen pictures, all the time. And they push back, well, we do make different ones. I say, I understand that, but every one you do make and don't put me on, you excluding us. That's how we feel. And that's all I said. And then, matter of fact, Dan had made a comment to me personally. So he said, all right, we got you in the big screen. I said, hey, we appreciate you. It ain't about me. I said, we appreciate you. He said, okay, it's still one more step to get y'all out. It's more exposed. I said, good. I said, one step at a time, but got a lot more stuff to take. He said, I do agree. I said, okay.
Yep, that was cool though. It was cool. It was cool to see a whole lot of that plastered around all over the Olympia, inside and outside. You know.
Yeah, it was. We took a lot of pictures of it, and hopefully, another wave. Like I said, the Arnold. If you're on the main stage of the Arnold, that's gonna be more exposure. I hope the guys see it that way, more so than trying to do a personal 45 seconds or 60 seconds that on the back on the convention center stage, where people walk in and walk out and they paying no attention, but they sitting out eating popcorn watching you personally on stage. That's a more impactful for our class. That is how I see it. I don't know.
I agree.
And then the Arnold, that's in this pay-per-view too. So now we're gonna be on pay-per-view at the Arnold, and they can't cut us out or not put us in there like they always do the other shows, because they ain't outside out of mind. They don't have us on that shit. They always have us on the video that be on the pay-per-view stuff. But if we're on the main stage, we're on pay-per-view, and they gotta have the shows because that's part of the routine. That's part of the day event. So that's more exposure. Y'all talking about y'all want more exposure, and that's where it's at. The routine ain't gonna give you more exposure. But anyway.
But anyways, unless you guys had anything else you want to throw in there, I got to get to some New Year's Eve stuff.
All right. Well, I'm good. I appreciate you brought us on. And like I said, trying to get more guys on so they can voice their opinion also.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Call the guys up and just see what we can get on another podcast.
Yeah, especially once we see what the lineup is for the Arnold and everything. Yeah, then we'll have more to talk about.
And then see if we can get an Arnold lineup.
Yep.
Harold, congratulations again, man.
Yep, congratulations.
Oh, man. Thank you, Chad. And I told you, Chad, you'll be on that stage with me a couple of years ago. I told you we'd be on that stage together, right?
I also called you 2 weeks before the show and told you gonna win that Mr. Olympia too.
You said it. You called. Hey, Hal, I'm gonna let you know something. You already won the show. Oh, thanks, Chad. You must have been talking to God too.
Hey, that's what happens when you get on that level.
It's the real stuff, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh, no, thank you. I appreciate it. And it's an honor, man. It's an honor. Every win is an honor, man. And I respect each one of my one of y'all guys for being on the stage with me, and I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all each and every day, man. I don't want to lose respect from nobody. Whether good comment or bad comment, I don't want to lose respect. That's why I shake everyone's hand on that stage at it, because without y'all guys, I wouldn't have that fifth win.
Yeah, so I thought that was very classy of you to do that.
Yeah, I just something's in my heart they want to do. They wanted me to speak. I'm like, nah, hold on. I mean, these guys right here is before that. Yeah. And that's what I wanted to represent and show them that these guys right here is the class. I speak after I congratulate each one of them.
Yeah. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, it was a cool moment.
All right. Well, yeah, I ain't gonna hold you up no longer.
Happy New Year, guys.
Yep. Y'all be safe.
Happy New Year. Yes, sir.
All right. I'll see you guys the next one.
Yep.
All right. See you in 23.
See ya.
Mm-hmm.